famous.
Yeah, I gotta keep it trendy on my soul. I'm the most selfish person that I know. Here we go down the rabbit hole. Got a couple carrots from my
And we're live. Welcome back to Mezcla Moguls. It's your boy, the one with the scar on his face, your boy Scarface. And shout out to everybody who keeps listening to the podcast, watching the podcast. If you guys haven't seen us, we do have video versions on Spotify and YouTube. But wherever you're listening to, we're on all platforms too as well. So if you didn't know, now you know. And if you can take a few seconds and just give us a 5-star rating, give us a thumbs up wherever you're listening to it or watching us on. If you could do that for me, please. It just helps the podcast get out there a little bit more. More eyeballs on the podcast as well. So anyways, I wanted to do this before I forget, I always forget little things too. Shout out to everybody who keeps donating every month. Again, thank you to everybody who supports on the TikTok. Shout out to you guys. I am going to be in California from July 28th to the 31st. On the 30th, I am going to go hang out at a beach. If you guys want to come and say what's up, I'll be there. Come and chop it up with your boy. It doesn't matter who wants to go. Anyone can go. Come say hi. Come talk to me. Give me your question in person. Hopefully, I'll be able to answer in person. I think a little bit of face-to-face because I like putting faces to profiles. You know what I mean? Because you guys always get to see me. I barely get to see people. I only get to see the profile name and things like that. So it'd be cool to get actually put some faces to some of these profiles. So again, if you guys also want to support the podcast, we do sell hat pins. Link is in my bio. It's called Prolific. We have a Sleeping Goku. We have a Straight Razor, and we have a baseball pin too as well too. So if you guys haven't checked those out, definitely hit the link in the bio. You'll be able to support the podcast. Shout out to everybody who has continue to support, but all I ask is a thumbs up and a 5-star. That's all you need to do, and share the podcast too. So, anyways, today I wanted to do this episode because I've been getting a lot of questions. A lot of you guys. I am on social media. I am talking about a lot of things. I am putting myself out there, and one thing that I keep getting, especially when I do the anonymous thing, is why or what. Would I consider dating? Would I consider going out and going on dates and stuff like that, or giving somebody a chance? And short answer, yes, I would be able to. Sorry, it's a little hot in this bitch. But the only reason that holds me back, I don't think it's holding me back. It's just I'm not putting myself out there like that. I'm working. Last night we had I woke up, ran 6 miles, had to get my stuff ready. I had to show up to the event earlier because my little brother, he runs the 360 booths for me, or my photo booths. So he usually goes and sets them up, but he had something to go do. So he asked if I can go set it up for him, which, I can't say no because it's my company. So I have to do it, and they booked it. So I showed up earlier so I can set up the 360 booth. So I was there before John and Jerry, and then we had the event up until 10, so this is on a Saturday, so I don't really have a lot of time to go on dates and things like that. So that's why that's why I tell people I haven't really put myself out there like that to be able to date, to be able to, consider dating somebody, making somebody your girlfriend. And of course I've talked to people here and then, but it just doesn't work out, and I think I've gotten to the point where it's I'm not there's a lot less BS that I'll put up with. There's a lot less things. If something gives me an ick, a red flag, I'm out. I check out really fast, which is good and bad. It's good and bad because maybe that's not how they really are, but so I didn't give them the benefit of the doubt. And then I just check out quick. That's why I said it's good and bad. And it's good because I have my boundaries and I have the things that I will and will not accept. And so if something happens like that, I check out. I'm out. I'm not I should give this person a chance. I finally found somebody who's into me, or anything like that. You know what I mean? So that's why I check out quick. So again, I said, it can be good and bad. I don't know which one you guys want to put yourself on that one, but I just haven't really put myself out there, just because after my last relationship, I know I've talked about it again, but we're talking about getting back into dating. And this can be for anybody out here, been single for a while and then finally looking to get back out there. It just, after the last relationship, so one thing that I do in relationships is I put in a lot of effort. I pay attention to a lot of details. I do a lot of like little things for that person. If I'm into you, I'll do all these little things for you. But those things take up not only time, a lot of effort. It takes a lot of effort. So when you're constantly putting all this time and effort into the person, money, I don't care. Money comes and goes. So that's why I don't say money. But it's more of the time and the effort that really affects me, because you put in all this time, you put in all this effort for it not to work out. And then so after that last relationship, I think I was just burnt out. I was burnt out. Like, some people were like, "Oh, I'm single again. I'm gonna go and like hang." And of course, that was my initial thought. I'm like, "Oh, I'm single again. I'm out here again." But I was just not. I didn't want to, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't want to go around and be like, "Hey, I'm back out here single. Like, what's up? Let's hang out." And no, I was just fed up. I was just tired. I was burnt out, putting on all this time and effort into somebody for it not to work out. So that's why I was just like, let me take some time for me. Let me figure me out. Because when you're in a relationship, don't get me wrong, relationships are cool. When you have somebody to go and do cool shit with, and just have there with you. But relationships can also take away time from what you really want to do. You've heard it. Single mothers, I had to give up my goals and my dreams because I had to take care of the kids, and things like that. I'm not saying that's an excuse, but it happens sometimes. Like, you have no other option, and that's your option. Especially if you're like single and like now you have to work. You have to work because you have mouths to feed and give them a roof over their head. Because sometimes some of these baby daddies aren't in their lives. So, it's it's weird how I keep getting asked if I'll put myself out there. And I think I will. I'll maybe give somebody a little bit. It just, I have to feel like I want to do those things for that person. Because that time and effort, time you can't get back. Effort you can put into other people, but time you cannot get back. And so when I started focusing on myself, a lot of things grew. Meaning, the business grew because I was able to focus on the business. I was able to get into the TikToks, and all of a sudden that grew, and the podcast grew. Like, everything grew, and that was because I had time to focus on what I wanted to do. I didn't have to focus on a relationship. I didn't have to focus on what was the next thing the next cool thing I wanted to do for the person. And it's not that I'm doing it for anything in return. It's because I like to do these things. I like to do special, cool, like detailed gifts, surprises and stuff like that. But it takes time and effort. And so I was like, I have to, whoever I start talking to next, whatever, whatever the case may be, like, I have to want to do these things again, and if I don't, that's obviously the wrong person for me. That's, I think, something that I told myself, right? Like, if I really don't want to do those little detailed things for them, because it doesn't necessarily have to be gifts. Like, it can be like, you were thinking of them and you sent them this or you sent them that, like a playlist, a song. You show up to their work, or you DoorDash them something, and things like that, because it takes up a lot of time. But I like doing those things, but I was like, if I'm going to put my time and effort into somebody else, I got to feel like I want to do it. Not just do it just because I say I want to do it. Like, oh, the next person that comes along, I'm going to give them the chance. No. And I got some of those questions saying like, oh, you probably have high standards. No, I know what I want. I've done it before where you think you're asking for too much, so you settle for less, and then you realize that was not it, and you shouldn't have settled for less. And so I'd rather be single and wait for the right person to come along than in a relationship that with someone's like half-assing the relationship, because I never expect anything in return, meaning like, if I give this girl a gift, I'm not expecting to hook up with them or, anything like that. I don't expect a gift back. I don't expect them to be the same way with me, but I do want their time and attention, time and attention, and also making me feel like they're also in this whatever we got going on. You know, if I don't feel like you're putting in effort, meaning like trying to like, hey, like let's hang out, let's do this, and you'll be like, yeah, let me move some things, we'll make it happen. You know, because I know everybody gets busy, especially. That's one thing that I want in a girl is somebody who's doing something. Doesn't necessarily have to be a business. It could be that you're like focusing on yourself, like gym wise, or like focusing your energy on somebody, because I'm not that person that's going to be messaging you all day. I'm not going to be like, hey, what are you doing? 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 That shit's like boring talk, that small talk type of stuff. No. And plus, I'm busy too. Like, I got a bunch of shit I need to do, and I'm not going to sit on my phone. That's why I can't answer a lot of these questions, because I can't just sit on my phone. So, you know, I'm not that type of person that's going to sit here and just message you all day. So, but I thought about it. It's been probably close to 3 years now since I've been single. And now I'm just like, maybe I might see if I give somebody a chance, like actually give them a chance. Because sometimes I'm like, should I give them a chance? And then like I'm not really like fully, I don't know if I fully put myself in the headspace, be like, oh, this person has potential. I'm just like, whatever, you know, we'll see how it goes, you know? But now I'm just like, maybe I should, you know, actually put in some time and effort with somebody and see, and if they're giving me the same energy in return, see where it goes, instead of just like the first red flag they give me, I'm out. Like, you know, and that's usually how it goes. I know it sucks. It sucks to say, and people will be like, well, you didn't give them benefit of the doubt, but I know. Again, I'm not perfect. You know, I never portray to be perfect. I never act like I'm perfect. I have my flaws. I have my issues. I have things that I'm still trying to work on. You know, I never said I was perfect. Never once tried to portray myself as perfect either. So, you know, I think, and I always say that you have to be, you know, when you're ready to put yourself out there. And that's when I was like, because I was getting those questions over and over, and I actually started like thinking about it, like, why am I not, you know, giving people the benefit of the doubt instead of just like checking out super quick. Like something happens, I'm out. Something happens, I'm out. And like with no, like when sometimes when you get a red flag when you're with someone, you let things go. You'll be like, oh, maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe it was just this. No, I get a red flag, I'm out. Like quick. And it's bad. Again, like I said, it's not a good thing, because I'm not giving that person a chance. And it would probably suck if they were the same way with me, you know, like, because again, I'm not perfect. Like, so if I do something that they didn't like, they're like, oh, well, that's how he is, you know, because sometimes you have a bad day or sometimes something happens and you're just in a different headspace. Because I'm always like outgoing, talkative and stuff like that. But earlier today when I went to go eat with my buddies, I was like, I'm tired today, because I wasn't as alive as I usually am, because it was a long day yesterday, and then I woke up early today too, so a little tired today, but you know, we're still coming back, we're getting right back in this, but I think that's the best advice I can give to single people who don't know when they want to get back out to dating, right? Is that you will probably feel like you should put yourself out there, like kind of like, because after a breakup, no, you're not looking to date somebody. You're just trying to get over this other person. You're not trying to go through the whole roller coaster again of being with somebody or talking to somebody and things like that. So I get it. And you should get it too. Like, that should be a sign for you saying that, hey, maybe I should wait a little while. Yeah, this guy makes me feel nice. Yes, this girl makes me feel nice. But am I ready to put myself back out there like that? So you got to think about it a little bit. And if your body is saying more no than yes, then listen to your gut feeling. And that was me for the longest time. My gut feeling was telling me for the longest time that I didn't want to. Like, I did not want to, because I liked how everything was working out for me, meaning like I liked how the business was growing. I like how the TikTok started growing. I love how the podcast started growing. I love how I started like really motivated to be hustling, be grinding, because that's me. Like, I love being busy. Yes, it's stressful. Yes, sometimes it makes me have anxiety and things like that. But I would rather have it any other way, because I remember when I didn't have shit to do. We all remember like, oh, what are you gonna do? I don't know, probably just hang out. You lay around for a while, and then all of a sudden you feel like you wasted the entire day not doing anything. I hate feeling like that. Like I've wasted days. Like I have to be doing something every day, whether it be filming, editing, or out doing something. You know, so like I was telling my buddies too, like when we went to lunch earlier, I was like, next week there's a concert that I'm gonna go to, and I was like, oh, I haven't been on a hike this year. Like I wanted to do more hikes, so I was like, I'm gonna go do a hike before the concert, and then I'll go to the concert. I'll wake up early, do the concert, because one thing that we did this year was we took less gigs, but we charged more. So essentially, we're making more than we are last year, just because that's what you want to do, and it's freeing up a little bit more time for us. Because last year when we were doing gigs back to back to back to back to back to back to back, and yes, this year we have some like that that are back to back to back to back, but we do have some dates that aren't filled, which is good because that gives us a break. So next week is a break. Next week we have a break, catch up on editing, catch up on other stuff, but catch up on self-care. And I really want to go on a hike, so that's why I was like, in the morning I'm gonna go on a hike, and then at night I'll go to the concert. So, and they're like, you're really gonna do that? I was like, yeah. I was like, shit, I already put myself through a whole bunch of shit all day. Like, what makes this any different? So I'm gonna go do that. So yeah, that's why, like, I feel like it would be cool to take somebody, you know what I mean? Like or again, I don't date local people. And there's a lot of reasons behind that, but having somebody to talk to, and then like, say I was going to go to California and I was dating somebody out there. I'm not dating anybody out there, by the way. It'd be cool to like go and meet up, go and do things, go and hang out, get away from work, or even go work out there too. I don't mind that either. But now just like, you know what, maybe like whoever comes into my life is going to 10x whatever I'm doing. Because if you find the right partner, I feel like you can do that. That person is not 10x, like they're going to give you your money. No, like motivational wise, like idea wise, and things like that, because you can't think of everything. You can't have everything locked down. Like every way is the way that it's supposed to be, and that's why like the best duos, like when they're like help each other, it's because they're helping each other. The wife is or not the wife, or it can be a wife or a girlfriend, is like, oh, like you should do this, you should try this, and you're just like, oh shit, I didn't think of that. Maybe I should do it that way. Because if she's with you, she's gonna want the best for you, so she's gonna give you the best advice she can. And vice versa. Like if the guy's really with you, he's gonna try to give you the best advice he can. He's gonna try to motivate you. He's gonna try to push you into like being great. Because some people need that push. Some people need that motivation. And if you have somebody who's not like that, is always bringing you stress, drama, that's the wrong person. Your partner is supposed to be helping you, not bringing you down, not like, why you're doing that, why you're doing this, like, or always arguing and fighting with you. And so that's why, like, to me, again, like, that's why, like, I kind of like hold back. I was like, am I going to find the right person? Because I see some couples argue and I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm not in a relationship, like, and another reason too is like, I like my freedom. I can just like leave and go do things. I don't have to be like, hey, like I'm gonna go do this. Like, is it cool? Because sometimes you run into those girls who get super jealous, or even guys. I'm not just saying it's girls. Guys and girls get super jealous. Why are you doing that? Why are you, and then kind of like, why aren't you inviting me? Well, I kind of wanted to just have some alone time, basically, like just get away from everybody and everything. And so, I don't know. What do you guys think? What is holding you guys back? That's what I want to know too. Like, especially the people who've been single for longer. If you've been single for a couple months, this doesn't qualify for you. Okay, I'm talking about people who've been a year plus. Like, what are some of the things you guys do? Like, what are some of the things that you guys do? I think I'm going to put a little question thing on Spotify too. That way I can get some of the responses, and I'll probably make some videos on TikTok. I want to know what you guys like, or what are you waiting for? Are you waiting to feel like you're, because there's no right way. Like that's the thing. Like everybody always asks like questions, and depending on the details, is I can give you like what I've seen, what I've done, what could help, and things like that. But there's no actual definitive way, like step-by-step guide how to do any of this stuff. You know, how to get back into dating. I don't know. You know, like I can kind of give you like tips and stuff that I've seen, what I've done before. But this time is like a first time for me where I've gone for so long without giving somebody a chance. You know, because trust me, I could have been in like 4 or 5 relationships if I just wanted to just have somebody random or just somebody like quick. You know, I could have done that, but I didn't want to do that. So this is like the longest time I've gone without being with somebody, meaning like girlfriend wise. So that's why I'm just like, when do I know? You know, when do I know? Do I just keep focusing on myself, keep hustling, or possibly give somebody a chance? You know, but again, I'm still like I said, I don't even know like who can I send a TikTok to a question and have them answer something for me. Sorry, it's really hot in here, so that's why I keep drinking the water that I have here, because it's fucking toasty as fuck. I mean, it's just been hot in general, so I mean, that's what I wanted to. One part that I wanted to talk about. It's just like when to be ready to get back out to dating, because I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I think I am, just because I said I'm open to the option, you know, or, you know, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just have to feel like I want to do a lot of the cool things, a lot of things like that for whoever I'm talking to next, you know. I have to want to, like, try to see this person. I have to, like, you know, I want to feel like I want to do it instead of just, like, kind of, like, forcing myself to do it when I really didn't want to. So that's why I think I feel like I'm a little bit more ready on that. So, again, see, like, I keep repeating myself because I'm not sure. And it's okay to not be sure, because, you know, sometimes you just don't have the right answer. And right now I feel like I don't have the right answer for myself. Like, do I want to? And who was it that talked about it? Oh, somebody just told me. I'm trying to remember. Oh, yeah. So today I had a conversation at the gym. Hopefully you're watching this podcast. I won't say who it was. But she said that she wasn't looking for this guy that came into her life. And he came out of nowhere. And it's been one of the best guys she's ever dated, you know. And they're doing great. You know, she really, I'm pretty sure they're very in love with each other and things like that. And it's funny because she said that he came out of nowhere, you know. And then all of a sudden they started dating. So maybe that's why I always say, like, just wait. Because I do remember there was one, it was probably the first serious relationship. I was going to say my first serious relationship. It was like a little bit after high school. Because in high school, yeah, I dated some girls, but it was nothing serious. I don't even count those. Plus, after 7 years, they off your record. And so, yeah, that relationship kind of happened out of nowhere. And it was obviously the longest relationship that I had. The other ones were not out of nowhere. I was kind of more like I was putting myself out there without accepting less, you know, if that makes sense. But just because I thought I was asking for too much. But that first relationship, it came out of nowhere. And it was one of the longest relationships. And, you know, it was she's a great person. She's an amazing person. I hope she's doing great. It didn't work out towards the end. You know, people change, things change, journeys changes, goals change. And so obviously that can affect the relationship a lot, especially if you guys have two different mindsets. And so that's why that didn't end up working out. And then when she told me that, like, it came out of nowhere, and it kind of reminded me of that. Like, I'm like, that's actually true. And I always say that too, is because that's what I've noticed too a lot with a lot of people, is like usually the best relationship came out of nowhere. This guy, like, she was doing something, he was doing something, all of a sudden he saw her, she saw him, and things like that. And from there, it was like fireworks. Instead of seeing that hot girl be like, or like forcibly like doing things. Not that's the wrong word to use, but it's more like you're looking for a partner, right? You're looking for like there were some of you ladies commenting on was it my TikTok live that you guys were like, oh, I need a boyfriend already. No, like I think that's the wrong mindset to have when it could be that you might be a little lonely. Trust me, like during this time, there were some certain points where you just feel like, damn, it would be cool to really have somebody, and you feel kind of lonely, but then you get over it. So that's a wrong mindset to have. It's like, oh, I need a boyfriend. Oh, I need a boyfriend. Because I always say the more you try to find someone, because it's happened to me, you find the wrong ones. You know, it's the wrong ones because you get blinded by a lot of little things that you would not normally accept. And so you're just like, oh, no, it's fine. Oh, no, it's fine. You know, oh, no, it's fine. But then it ends up not being fine. And then the relationship ends up not working out because, oh, no, it wasn't fine, you know? So that's why just take your time. And that's what I've been doing closer to 3 years. And I know some of these, you know, some of you people on TikTok have 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. And if that's what it takes, then I'm cool with it, you know, just because I've been in the past like 3 years, I've been able to grow drastically. And so I'm like, well, maybe I should just keep focusing on myself and then try to see where I can be in the next few years. But then also you think about it, you see some of these power couples and they like help 100x whatever they're doing. And so you're like, maybe that could help me take me to the next level. But then again, that also puts me in that whole like, oh, I need a boyfriend. Or I don't want to feel like that. Like I need somebody there to help me grow even more. You see what, like, I just freaking always have a lot of things going through my. This is why I have a hard time sleeping at night, because I start thinking about all these little things, all sorts of stuff, and then all of a sudden, like, next thing I know is like 2, 3 in the morning. I'm like, fuck, you know, and then I gotta wake up early and get right back at it. So, I mean, let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna have a question poll thing on my Spotify. It's gonna be on Spotify. Or if you want to go over to YouTube too and ask the questions there, or just go over to TikTok. Like when we do TikTok lives and stuff like that. When I'm doing the TikTok lives, I also answer you guys' questions. That's the fastest way to get a question answered. It may be a really quick question response, but you know that's the fastest way, because yes, I'm still trying to catch up on all the questions because there's a lot, and I'm grateful that you guys want to ask me these questions. You just got to give me a little bit of time, because I don't do TikTok full time. If I did, I'd probably get through the questions a lot quicker, but I have to prioritize the clients that I have and like make sure their stuff gets filmed, make sure their stuff gets recorded, and now, you know, focus on some self-care time, you know, also meaning like wanting to do things that I like to do, you know, like this year, you know, I hustled a lot last year and put myself in a great position. And now this year, I'm able to do a lot more cool things that I want to do. You know, go to concerts, travel a little bit more, you know, and things like that. And so buy shit that I want. Like, I don't have to, you know, oh, how much is it? I don't know. Like, should I get it? Now, the only issue I have is, like, when you make more to buy something, like, if you want to go, do I want to go buy a Louis bag now? Hell no. I'm like, spend all that money for a fucking backpack for what? You know, like, but when like I didn't have it to buy it, I was like, oh, I really want a Louis backpack. That'd be dope to have one. And now that I can, I'm just like, do I really want it? Like, what is it gonna do anything? Or where can I put this money to make me more money? You know, like that's what I want. It's like where to put money so it can make me more money. I'd rather be broke, but then have like broke money wise, because I put that money in other spots, but it's bringing me money back. You know, that's what I want to do. That way later on, like you have all this stuff that just generates passive income on its own. And then you really don't have to do anything. And then you're like, oh shit, like what did you really, I have my investments and they do their thing. So, but anyways, you know, don't want to go too long. Like I said, I'm excited for when I go to California. You know, I'm going to be making some content out there, be meeting up with some people. So I know you guys are going to love those, what I got going on there. But, you know, go ahead, follow me on TikTok. Keep supporting there. Like, we almost at 70,000. Like, when I'm looking at this, we're about to hit 70,000, which is fucking crazy to me, you know. And it's crazy that people want to meet me. That's why, like, when people like kept messaging me saying, yes, do a meet and greet, yes, like, tell us where you're gonna be out in Cali. I'm like, here's the issue that I have with that is that I'm just like, yo, it's just me, you know, like, it's just me. People really want to meet me. Like, that's weird. I don't know, you know, because I don't see myself like as like a TikToker. When people call me a TikToker, it's fucking weird too. You know what I mean? And so that's why I was like, maybe I'll just go and like hang out somewhere. And then, like, if you guys want to pull up, then pull up. We'll just sit there and we'll chop it up, ask me questions, say hi, talk to me for a little while. You know, I know it's going to be hot. It's going to be hot regardless. Someone was like, because I was thinking about going to the beach and doing it that way. And they're like, oh, the beach is going to be hot. Well, where is it not going to be hot in California? Like, are we going to go to the Hooters freezer? Like, what are we doing? Like, like, we have to go somewhere, you know, but we'll see. Again, follow me on Instagram if you guys haven't followed me there. That's where I'm going to be posting like updates and things like that. And I post some pretty stupid, funny shit over there too as well. So anyways, thank you guys for listening, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, see you guys.
Yeah, I gotta keep it trendy on my soul. I'm the most selfish person that I know. Here we go down the rabbit hole. Got a couple carrots.